The Eagles might force their hand on signing a guy if this specific competition doesn't work out in training camp. And if the preseason games come and they're just not getting the production they need from a specific player, then I think they'll be in panic mode to go grab a guy if they have to go get him. The Eagles are known for making these late offseason additions, and we're going to be talking about it. So let's get straight into it all.
A killer buried, but not dead.
Darren, we better turn around. Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. Hope everyone's doing well. A lot to discuss between the Philadelphia Eagles today and what's been going on. And we're kind of waiting right now. We have mini camp on June 10th, which is great in a few days. But we're talking trades. We're talking specific things that could go wrong with certain positions if maybe they care about a guy that's trying to pan out, a guy that's supposed to win a competition, a guy that's supposed to win the battle at a specific position, and it doesn't work out. The options are out there for the Philadelphia Eagles. And yes, the Eagles are loaded on draft picks for the 2026 draft. So you have ammo behind that. Now, Zach Berman had some things to say, saying that there are potential ring-chasing veterans available, such as Zadarius Smith, Von Miller. Could the Eagles try to pull off a high-profile trade for Trarevon Walker? I don't think the Eagles are finished. Okay, when it comes to Watt, when it comes to Trey Hendrickson, when it comes to Trarevon Walker, there hasn't been any news that he's on the trade block, but it seems that the Jaguars have been listening to potential offers for Trarevon Walker. Now, they did pick up his fifth-year option, getting paid $15.5 million for 2026. So he's on contract this year and next year. He's very cheap this year. So if the Eagles did trade for him, it's another Georgia Bulldog on the defensive line and a guy with pretty good numbers could help tremendously. I don't know if the Eagles are really looking for that right now because the Eagles have to pay some contracts later on. Like you're saying, you're going to give Trarevon Walker a big contract or you're just going to trade for him. It's not a bad thing to trade for a guy for 2 years. I mean, if you have Trarevon Walker on this roster for 2 years, I wouldn't even mind it. It just depends on what you have to give up for him. I mean, there's other guys available. I mean, I've talked about it a million times. Like we talked about Matthew Judon a million times. I mean, 32 years old, but who cares? I mean, we'll be cheap. I mean, we're talking about cost effective in rotation. That's what we're talking about. We don't need no superstar because we have superstars in the making and Nolan Smith and Jalix Hunt. You have Ojulari. You got Uche. I mean, Antoine Ryland Jr. I mean, you got a lot of guys right now. And with Bryce Huff gone, it just opens it up even more. Matthew Judon is still available. 5 sacks last year, complete drop-off than when he was with the Patriots, but this could make sense. I mean, Zadarius Smith is another one. Okay, it was with the Browns. I think he was with the Browns and then was traded during the trade deadline last year after the Lions lost. Aiden Hutchinson went to the Lions to kind of help them out with their playoff stint, and I don't think he really did much, but could be another guy out there, cost effective, another 32-year-old edge rusher that they could put out there. You know what I mean? I don't know. I know everyone slanders these guys because of their age, okay? But, Brandon Graham was 37 years old this past year. And he was playing really well. That first Rams game, that was his last game, and he played absolutely amazing. Looked like he was way younger. So I feel like with some of these guys that are still available, like there's cost effective, and then there's guys that you're going to have to give up a lot. Like I'm not trying to give up much for TJ Watt. I'm not trying to give up a lot for Trey Hendrickson. I don't even know if getting another guy like Trarevon Walker is really worth it because you want to keep the draft picks that you have right now, and you want to just give away as little as possible. We have to put more faith into these edge rushers, especially the youth at that position. So going after an expensive guy that's going to need a bigger contract just makes no sense to me. The Eagles have 4 fifth-round picks now with the Bryce Huff trade, where the Eagles have a fifth-round conditional for 2026. That could turn into a 4th-round pick. We don't know what the terms of the contract is to get the 4th-round pick. Bryce Huff probably has to play a specific amount of snaps. I tried looking for the terms. The terms aren't updated yet, whether it's percentage of snaps and sacks. If it's just snaps, I feel like the Eagles will get that 4th-round pick, which would be great. So 13 picks in the 2026 draft. I think another position where if the Eagles might have to panic to go sign somebody is going to come down to cornerback too. Okay, I have all faith in Ringo winning this job. There's some Eagle fans that have faith in this. There's some Eagle fans that feel like, Healy Ringo, he's got stiff hips. He's not going to make it, blah, blah, blah. And I absolutely get it. And I think this is going to be a long competition. Like, we're going to see every day at training camp if he starts. We're going to see how he does, if he's getting beat. And he's got the best receivers to go against. And once we get to the preseason games, surely he's going to get a lot of playing time, and he's really got to show out and see what he could do as a number 2. Not a number 1 guy, but he needs the reps. And Fangio has said that's all about reps, reps, reps with Ringo. Putting in a cornerback cold into a game, it just doesn't do much. You can't analyze a player from him going in for a few plays. So let's just say Keely Ringo doesn't get the job, or Keely Ringo is just not showing up as a number 2 corner, and we can't really trust him. Adoree Jackson, I don't think is going to be the starter. I think he's a nice safety blanket for the cornerback position just to keep him as that guy if you really need him, but I don't think he's the answer. The Eagles won't just be like, okay, well, Adoree Jackson could start then, and there's nothing behind it. God forbid you have injuries or something like that. I think you still need depth at that position. There could be another guy out there, and I think Jair Alexander would be perfect for this defense. Now, he's still on contract with the Packers, but he has been trying to get his contract restructured, redone by the Packers. It has not happened yet. This has been going on for months now. We've heard that they were going to flat out release Jair Alexander, and so far, we've heard absolutely nothing. So just say he gets released and he's available. Potentially, the Eagles could scoop him up if that cornerback 2 spot is just not working out. So you have 2 vets for that number 2 spot. And I think Jair Alexander could hold his own as the number 2 guy in Philadelphia, and would kind of fix what we need to do for this year only. I'm not trying to be over emotional about this. Most likely it's just all about if Keely Ringo doesn't work out. I don't think Adoree Jackson is necessarily going to be the main answer at number 2, because I feel like they're going to have to get somebody else. No, I don't think Cooper DeJean's going to be moved to the outside. Sure, he's played inside corner, he's moved to safety, and in base he's played the outside, but I think Cooper DeJean is staying where he's at, and I feel like after this year, I think DeJean might move around the field. They might use him as a Swiss Army knife. They might do some things. So if anyone's talking about Cooper DeJean, I feel like he will be staying on the inside. Hoping someone else could play inside corner as well. That's going to be the main thing going into this offseason program. Is there anybody else on this roster? Maybe McWilliams, one of our draft picks from this past year, or somebody else could play that spot, which Fangio will be more comfortable to moving DeJean around if that's the case. So, well, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. I understand there's probably a lot of Eagle fans. I always see the comment section sometimes of, that we really don't need to trade for anybody. And obviously the Eagles have draft picks for next year, and they always make a late season type trade, but it might not be a trade. It could be a trade. It could be a cost-effective guy. And I think some of these competitions are going to be really important going into training camp, especially the cornerback 2 spot, which I think is the most important spot. So other than that, that's pretty much it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more Eagles news every single day. And make sure you like the video because it helps out tremendously. I'll see you guys on the next one. Shakes it up, follows up. Peace out, guys. Peace.